Hey there YouTube, it's me Tify Wilderness. Welcome to my channel and welcome to the second of this month's Korean toy reviews. Today I've got the review of another figure from the latest season of the Tobot series, Tobot 2024 or Tobot Daedo Heroes Season 2, and it's Tobot W. But before I get into the actual review, a little bit of the disclaimer. The eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed from the thumbnail shot on this video that the figure is slightly mistransformed in a couple of areas, most notably on the shoulders and on the back of the legs, because there's a couple of panels that are supposed to be flipped round or flipped out, which I forgot to do when I transformed it for the thumbnail shot, and that's the reason why it's in there in robot mode without those things folded out. And yeah, I'm not doing the thumbnail shot again. So yeah, that's that. So without that said, let's get on with this review. So obviously, Tobot W has reappeared in the latest season of the rebooted Tobot show called Daedo Heroes, and yeah, he's rocking a Hyundai Kona alt mode. But I do actually have his original alt mode from the original Tobot series, which is a Kia Ray. So I've got this for comparison's sakes, for the sake of this review. But before we actually get into the toy itself, let's just have a look at the packaging and the accessories it comes with. So here's the box. You've got his pilot, Nathan. I'm going to be using the English name. He has got a Korean name which is difficult to pronounce, so I'm not even going to attempt it. But there's Nathan. Usual box, large window. It's got that sort of angled cut down the side. Picture of the robot there. More pictures of the robot on the back. Another picture of the robot with a big W on there. Tobot on the top. Product information on the bottom. There's the box. Inside the box, you get a large sheet of instructions printed on both sides, showing both the transformation in both directions. Nice glossy paper. Comes with the cell phone case with the card slot in it for the cards. Comes with the free sort of cards that comes with it. Also comes with the display base, cardboard display base, which all the new Tobot figures come with, and also comes with this transparent card holder. Now in the box, down in this corner, you've got a little slot where this card holder sits, and in it contains the cards. So it's a two-piece, like acrylic case that splits apart, and then you put your cards in it. Hang on, let's get them the right way around. There we go. Right, you put your cards in there, and then you put the case up, and then it holds the cards all together in a nice, neat little case. I suppose you can stick it in your back pocket if you want to. You can have it as a card carrier. The other new Tobot figures that came with cards didn't actually come with this case, so this is a first for this figure. But that's an interesting little gimmick. And then we've got the guy himself in his alt mode, and yeah, it's a licensed Hyundai Kona EV. It's a nice, large, sort of hatchback, 5-door hatchback. It's got a lot of nice sort of details. It's got blacked out windows. It's got molded windscreen wipers and mirrors and a radio antenna. It's got the door handles down the side. It's got the because it's an EV vehicle, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got the little flap on the front where the EV plug sits. It's got like the light bar on the front. It's got all the molded grille and light detail on the front, molded grille and light detail on the back with a Hyundai badge and Tobot W, and large wheels with the pinned wheels that rolled extremely well. And like Tobot A, this guy has a light up function, so it's got a little magnet inside the phone case, and you just touch it on the Hyundai badge on the top and it lights his lights up. Now it has two LEDs which, when you look at it with the naked eyes, you know, you can see the LEDs in the middle, but on this it looks like a solid white bar, and you can see like the the lights bleeding through, and the lights do time out after a while. So it's got 3 light functions. It's got solid, and it's got a flash, and then it's got a fade in and out, where the lights just fade in and out like that. They do time out after a while, but it's a nice, interesting gimmick. It's got a little flap in the bottom where you have the 3 button batteries. I had to nick the batteries out of Tobot A to put in this comic to get it to work, so Tobot A's light up function doesn't work at the moment. But anyway, the alt mode, it's a nice, sturdy, solid car. Does have a bit of undercarriage thing. You've got like the robot's arms stuffed underneath, and they do sort of stick down underneath the vehicle mode to reduce the ground clearance a little bit, but the original figure's got that as well. Right, okay, let's do a quick size comparison with the vehicle mode. So here's his original Tobot W, and here's the new one. Now, if you put them nose to nose, this looks like a bigger vehicle, but the scale of these vehicles is different. This is a because this is when they were licensed to Kia. This is a Kia Ray, and it's basically a mini sort of people carrier type thing. It's like a K car from Japan. It's a very small car. So scale wise, even though you put them nose to nose, they're that scale, but realistically that would probably be a more realistic scale to the real world vehicles, I think, because this is more of like a Range Rover style sized vehicle, and this is, you know, like a not much bigger than a Mini really. So it's kind of misleading when you put the two vehicles side by side, the size comparison. But obviously, totally different style, totally different brand, totally different vehicle model. So it's going to look different. Obviously, the colour palette's different between the two as well, because the original Tobot W had the white and the pink. Now, something about the original Tobot W, this is what's referred to as the Shield On version. Because he did have a different colour. He had like a red and a green version where he had like, I think it was like red and blue. That was it. It was like a blue body with a red roof. That was supposed to be the standard version. Yet in the show he mostly appeared in these colours. So I don't know why this was labelled or sold as the Shield On version. In fact, I said so in my review when I did the review on this back in the day. Don't understand that at all. But anyway. And there's a comparison with his original alt mode. So yeah, it's a nice looking car. It's a modern, you know, EV electric vehicle type thing. It's a really cool looking car. Also, the proportions on this vehicle. Most of the new Tobot figures, you look at their alt modes and they're kind of like sort of squashed, and sort of they look like toy cars rather than real scale models of the real world vehicles. This, on the other hand, actually looks like a properly proportioned version of the real-world vehicle. So, I don't know whether they're going back to, properly licensed, scale models of the real-world vehicles. But this actually looks a lot better. It doesn't look as out of proportion, like some of the other, Tobot figures are. It looks pretty good. So I'm quite pleased about that. Now, transformation on this guy is fairly straightforward. It's quite a intuitive and fun transformation. So to start off with, you've got these two panels on the back, and you just pull them out. You then take the back of the car, and then fold out the legs, fold out these panels, bring round the feet, fold out the heels. Now, something I missed in the thumbnail shot, I forgot to fold these panels back. So you fold these side panels back, and then the knee pieces fold down, and you split the legs. And then you go up top. You got the wheel. You fold it forwards 2 clicks, that releases the doors. You can then bring the arms out and the door panels, fold out the wings like so, and then you've got the arms, twist them forwards. You've got these wing details that you fold out, then you've got the fist that you fold out as well, and then you've got that. Now this is another thing I missed in the thumbnail shot. I forgot to fold these shoulder panels down. So fold that round, fold that up, fold that out, fold that down, and there's the arms done. Then you bring the chest down, and it's done. So yeah, it's a pretty fun, easy transformation. Like I said, I missed out those bits in the thumbnail. I forgot to fold these shoulder bits down, and I forgot to fold these bits out. But I mentioned that at the front of the video, so there's no need to chime in the comments and say, oh, you didn't transform that thing properly. So I wanted to beat you to the punch there. Decent looking robot mode. Nice colours, nice design. Obviously you can see the hood of the vehicle forms his chest. You go around the back, he's got the sides of the vehicles form his wings, because obviously he's a flying Tobot. Also inside here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's 2 sort of rocket boosters or jet boosters in there. They don't actually fold out, they're just tucked away under the roof section, but they are in there. Yeah, pretty cool. He's got a nice head sculpt. He's got you know, nice colours going on. Obviously this guy has got the blue and the white colour palette with the, you know, the black accents, so he looks pretty good, and a bit of grey as well. Pretty cool looking bot. So let's do a quick size comparison, shall we? First of all, do a size comparison with my usual size comparison bot, Combiner Wars Megatron, and as you can see, he's a full-sized leader class bot. So yeah, an old school leader class bot. Now, just got to transform this thing to robot mode for the other comparison, so just give me a moment. Right, so there we go. There's a size comparison with his original robot mode from the original Tobot series. So as you can see, they do compare quite well with one another, though this guy has got a lot more plastic, a lot more, you know, in him. You know, he's a lot much beefier, more chunkier bot, so you know, he does look bigger. This guy's got obviously he's a flying bot as well. He's got like oh, I forgot to fold those out. So he's got like the wings on the back. He's got you know, rocket boosters. He's got little winglets on his legs, and obviously these doors can also be folded out like wings as well. And also another thing this guy has got, which the new one hasn't got, if you open up the front of his vehicle mode, you can see Nathan and his brother inside. There's a little sticker where it shows, you can't really see that very well, but they're in there. It's like one of those lenticular stickers that, you know, changes it depending on what angle you look at it. It's like a, I don't know if you can see that, but they're in there because Nathan pilots W from inside. He sinks down into a cockpit section inside his chest and then pilots him from inside. So that's how he works. So that's the size comparison with that guy. So yeah, the new one. Yeah, he's pretty big actually. I'm glad that they've gone back to these large sort of, you know, leader class sized bots, because that's what the Tobots were like back in the day. They were, you know, big chunky toys. That's what I like about them. This one obviously is a lot more refined. It's a lot more solid. You know, it's got a much more, you know. I mean, obviously they had to design it for the you know, the Hyundai Kona Alt mode, so they've had to work around that. But yeah, it's a much better looking, aesthetically better looking robot, and you know, a much more accomplished toy. Does have the Koroid feature, so his head does come out. It's kind of stiff, so turn the face round, and then flip his arms out, and there's Tobot W in his Koroid mode. Pretty cool. And then obviously to transform him back like that. I mean, I do like this feature on the new Tobots where they all have these, instead of the core being just that glowing ball, the glowing ball is inside the chest, so they can get out the vehicle and like move around as like little mini chibi robots. I really like that feature for the new Tobot series. Now, so let's just wrap this review off and do the size comparison. Obviously, the light up feature still works, you know, in robot mode as well. Articulation, got head rotation, ratcheted arms go all the way around. Now, these panels here, they do hamper the arm articulation going out. See, it lifts the panel up because it actually hits it, so don't know why you do that. It's got bicep swivels, 90-degree elbow bend. The wings are on a soft ratchet. They do kind of get in the way of the wing mirrors on the back if you want to fold them in, but they usually have them, you know, stood out. I suppose you could fold the winglets in if you wanted to. He does have a waist joint. It's on a soft detented ratchet. Did I mention? Yeah, I did say it's got bicep swivels, didn't I? Yeah. So moving down, the hips move forwards and then move back. They do sort of hit the underside of the waist piece. Those go in and out. Thigh swivel. Now, knees, he's got double jointed elbows and both the joints have got ratchets on. So the upper joint goes like that. And the lower joint goes like that. So you've got plenty of motion in the knees on this guy. Now, moving down to the feet. Now, this guy has got the usual sort of Tobot, Carbot trope. He's got heels, you know, cut at an angle to give him a neutral A stance. However, this guy also has another feature with his heels, which in my opinion is kind of a design flaw. Because if you look at the side of his leg, you can see there's the pivot point for the ankle. And if you look at the hip and the knee and follow the line down, his ankle is out of position with the rest of the joints in his leg. Now, us humans, being, you know, bipedal beings, when you stood bolt upright, your hip, your knee, and your ankle are all in a perfect alignment. That gives you, you know, bipedal stability. This guy, if I move that out of the way, you can see his leg. You got the hip, the knee, and the ankle are all in a perfect straight line. This guy, for some reason, the ankle pivot point's been moved forwards, and it's kind of like he's got his ankle pivot where his toes should be. And because of this, he's got sort of like instability in his lower legs. You can't give him bolt straight upright legs, and also his feet are tilted forwards. If I was to straighten his knees out, his legs would be, you know, canted forward like that. Well, his feet would be canted forward, and the feet themselves, they are on a soft ratchet, but they sort of lock in this upward angle. So you can see there, look, you can see they've got a slight upward angle. It does make him tricky to pose in a bolt upright stance, and you can counteract it with the joints in the knee, but you have to, instead of having his legs bolt straight, you have to have his knees sort of canted out slightly, and then his legs canted back in order to get the alignment on his ankles. So it's really awkward to do to mess around with this guy to get him into poses because of this. It's a shame, really, because, you know, I mean, if I straightened his leg out, you can see his foot sticking up at an angle. So you have to tilt his lower legs back in order to get the alignment on the heel. It's really awkward to pose this guy because of that. I mean, you can work it out. You can mess around with it because he's got such good knees with the double jointed knees with ratchets. You know, you can fine tune his stance using those quite successfully. But I think if they'd have done the heels right in the first place, then you wouldn't need to do that. So yeah, that's just one little detractor on this otherwise excellent figure. He's a cool looking figure. He's big. He's got the light up gimmick. He's got the Koroid feature. You know, he's got really good articulation. Slightly iffy ankle pivots, but you know that's just me. Other people might not have a problem with it, but no, I'm having a minor issue with it. The other thing before I go, obviously the cards that I showed earlier, they do work with the phone case, so they slot in to the phone case, and then you've got the when Nathan is talking to Tobot W through his mobile, he's got that. And then you've got the other one that kind of looks like a screensaver on a phone. And then you've got the trace pattern for the Tobot W sign when he's doing the transformation. Also, Tobot W is another one of these Tobots as a vocal tick when he's talking. He ends every sentence with an echo. So if, let's say, I was saying hello, I'm talking to you, it'd be a you. You know, he does that. He does that like returning echo with his voice, which is kind of unusual. But anyway, here we are. Tobot W from the 2024 Daedo Heroes reboot series. He's a really cool figure. He's a flying bot, hence all the wings and the hidden away boosters in his backpack. Yeah, he's pretty cool. And if you're thinking of getting him, he's a worthy addition to any transforming toy collection. And that's that. So hopefully you've enjoyed this review. This is the third time I've filmed this video. The first video I didn't do it because it was absolutely hammering it down with rain outside, and it was beating against the window and making a hell of a racket. So then when things had calmed down, I sat down and recorded the first video, and I wasn't happy with that video. I made a lot of schoolboy errors in it, and I just deleted it, and this is my third attempt. So yeah, anyway, that's my review of this figure for today, and that's my reviews done for this month. End of month bot haul videos in a couple of days time, so look out for that. And I've been TFI Wilderness, and I'll catch you all next time. Ta-da.